Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Leftover Popcorn Podcast. I am your host, Damian Luneman, and once again, because I can't get enough of them, I am joined by my two greatest friends, co-partners. Can you say co-partner, or is a partner a partner? Is it a co?
Well, you gotta be careful nowadays.
We're partners.
Why? Because in this climate, you can't say certain
You're two
terms?
partners in life.
Oh, partners. Okay. But anyways, Alex and Kyle are here.
Hey guys,
What
what's up?
What's up? Hey guys. Alex, what are you doing?
I'm priming a coil.
He's priming a coil. Kyle's drinking a Dr. Pepper, and we are making a fucking podcast so we can talk to you guys. Our table is riddled with items. Kyle has a phone call.
Could be important.
We have a Dr. Pepper, some vape juice, Doritos, and a Holy Bible. And if that isn't things to get your spirits high, then I don't know what is. We don't have really a set topic to talk about in this podcast, and I'm sorry for this crunch, but I'm going to get one more Dorito before we start this podcast. Wasn't important?
Kind of, we'll talk about it later.
No, that's fine.
Cool.
Shit! Guess we shouldn't have started this without asking Alex if he saw the... Did you see the new Captain Marvel trailer?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, at one point, you can just watch it like on your phone or something, or in Kyle's room, and then come back out here while we're still talking. But I made a podcast yesterday talking about it. That's why I wanted to come over here, because I knew that Marvel was going to show the trailer last night, Monday Night Football, and I was so fucking excited because I don't know about the both of you, but whenever I saw the Captain Marvel trailer, the first one, I was like, yeah,
All right.
looks okay. They don't really show you anything. It's just a montage of her falling and then standing back up, and then there's that
they were
ending
very
shot.
careful with it.
Yeah, there's that ending shot where she's all fucking like Super Saiyan or whatever. And so,
I went Super Saiyan at work today.
did you really?
Yeah.
Did you grunt real hard? Vein come out of your
Yeah, I
neck.
slipped in the trailer and kind of busted my arm.
Oh, damn,
And, yeah, I went Super Saiyan on some tools. Punched the wall inside the trailer.
Whoa!
Tim goes, "Hey, everything all right in there?" "Yeah, Tim, we're doing good."
His blood is rushing down your forearm. But she goes Super Saiyan in the trailer, and the whole podcast was me talking about, I'm just going to do a quick little recap here, talking about Disney movies because they released the Dumbo trailer, the Aladdin trailer, the Lion King trailer, and then I was like, oh shit, they are not stopping. And they did it in the span of like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I said, no other movie company does that because they want to give you a second. Like, hey, get hyped about one movie. Then I had like a little side story where I was talking about how Disney doesn't make original movies anymore. And can they? They just remake their old movies but with new CGI. Mm-hmm. And then I made a joke about how I was like, well, they did come out with original material. Alice in Wonderland and the Nutcracker movie. And I was like, wait a minute, both those movies are garbage. I haven't seen the Nutcracker one, but I've only heard. And so I'm sure Disney was like, never mind. Remake the Lion King. Remake it. So now here we are. But then I went on to say that they're dropping all these trailers, Disney is, but we still have not seen a trailer for Episode 9, Avengers 4, and Captain Marvel. That's the second trailer at this point. And I was like, and Avengers 4 comes out in 5 months. We don't even have a title. We don't know what the title of it is. I'm just calling it Avengers 4 because I don't even fucking know. And that is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I brought up, Force Awakens. That trailer dropped a year before the movie even came out, and it's because, the circumstances are different. Infinity War has a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
they know we're going to go see the end of that movie.
Infinity War was also the one where all of those superheroes are in the same movie, so they're just like, hey, let's get some hype a year before it comes out.
Well, so the question that I posed to myself, because who the hell knows what's going to happen? There's so many people speculating that this week they're going to do the same thing but with Marvel movies. Monday, or yesterday, we got the Captain Marvel, and then tomorrow we're supposed to get Avengers 4 trailer, and then on Friday we're supposed to get the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. And I was like, holy shit. But again, none of these are set in stone, and now I think they're delaying the Avengers 4 trailer because George Bush Sr.'s funeral is on Wednesday. So I think let's not draw too much attention away from that because it's a big deal. But who knows what the hell's going to happen, if it's going to drop or not. But the question I wanted to pose is, how cool would it be, or would you guys be okay if they didn't drop? Of course, I know you guys would be okay, but what if they didn't drop a trailer at all for it? They literally, it was a black screen, and it was just the title reveal, boom, and then it said, come see it.
I would be stoked.
That would be, for me, the best thing that
it would
could
be.
happen.
I agree. That's what I said. Because I don't think that has ever happened other than like maybe the first Cloverfield movie, to where they just did not show you jack shit. They were like, hey, just go see the movie.
Go see the movie.
Good luck. We hope you go see it. If you don't, fine, then you're missing out. But again, the circumstances are different. They know everybody and their mother's going to go see the next Avengers movie. But I thought, how cool would it be is if it's just a black screen. Maybe Thanos says a couple lines. You gotta tickle us a little bit. And then, boom, you give us the title. Which, again, none of us know. Then you already get us hyped. If the title is Avengers Annihilation, which some people are speculating it is, then your fucking theories can go all over the place. Why is it called Annihilation? How do you know, like, what's going on? But right now we just have Avengers 4. But just this is to preface what I was asking at the beginning, or talking about with the Captain Marvel trailer, is I was so damn excited because I was like, dude, if we get all these trailers this week, I know the Captain Marvel one is gonna be fucking bomb.
And
it's not that great.
No,
I showed Kyle. He made a face at the beginning that was kind of like Kyle's face, where he's like, that thing, like whenever she said something, and he goes, is that the wrong face that she was making? I was like, nope, that is exactly the face that I made. I was so damn excited, and I don't think I didn't like it because it didn't meet my expectations. I just think, one, it wasn't a good trailer. Two, part of me's kind of worried about the movie because the trailers might as well be the exact same thing as the first one.
Yeah, pretty much.
I showed him the first one before because I was like,
more like cringy lines.
Yeah. You still see the old woman on the train. It's still a montage of her standing and getting back up. You still see CGI Samuel L. Jackson. It's all there.
Yeah.
But her dialogue in it is so damn cringy. What did she say? What was the... Samuel L. Jackson is like, so you're a Kree. He's like, you're elite warriors.
He said heroes.
Heroes.
And she was like, elite warrior heroes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that?
And her audio sounds like ADR. So it sounds, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you saw it. It sounds so cringy. Then there's another one where she says, like, I'm not here to fight your war. I'm here to end it. And I was like, ugh. Like, Kai was saying, there's another line of dialogue that she says, her mentor character is like, we saved your life, right?
Or your life began the day it almost ended. And I was like, dude, I've heard that so many times. I just know I have. Can't give you a single example.
I know
for a fact.
And I know we're not alone because I was immediately went through the comments because I was like, dude, I want to see if the hype train is just going or like what's happening. And a bunch of people were just saying it looks like a TV superhero movie. It just looks like something is off about it. I don't know if it's the people cutting these trailers. And now I know I shouldn't be worried, but my God, I'm worried. If there is a trailer for Avengers 4, if there is one, and it is a full trailer, and I'm just speculating way too much at their ability to like surprise us or whatever, I'm so worried it's gonna be shit. But
dude,
I think it's just the movie.
They can't do that.
I know.
Because the first event, that's arguably the best Marvel movie to date.
Yeah.
With everything that happens in it, and the fact that
I would argue that
it
is
the best Marvel villain we've ever seen on screen. Which
Well,
everybody always said that Loki was the best one coming up or whatever because he's been in the show or the movies for so... I said the show. The movies for so long.
Might as well be,
but
dude.
You cared about Thanos. Thanos was a character that you wanted to learn more about. Thanos, it was incredible
That's what
seeing that whole story unfold and how much more focused it was on that side of it than just the heroes.
See, but that's what we were talking about, I think, before. It was us, right? I don't know if maybe it was a podcast I watched or if it was us talking about it outside of us, just like us being cool. But I think didn't we talk about how if Captain Marvel sucks, how much they'll use her in Avengers 4? Was that us who talked about that? Remember, I think it was me and you.
I remember that
because we talked about Doctor Strange, and we were saying, but if his movie sucked,
they won't use him as much.
Yes. And I don't. It's too late. It's way too late for that because Avengers comes out the month after that.
Because they left they left themselves some space between Doctor Strange and Avengers Infinity War that if things went south, they could kind of draw back on that and just be like, oh yeah, he just does this and then sits in the background. Yeah. But everybody freaking loves that movie. And so...
They really do. Yeah. I watched it just because Kyle said he watched it for the first time. Doctor Strange. Yeah. Watched it for the first time. And then I was like, oh shit, you hadn't seen that? And then I was like, I don't think Violet's ever seen that. So then I went home and watched it with her again. And that movie's rocks.
So
yeah, I would watch it like tonight.
However,
I would watch it, and that was like 4 days ago when I watched it.
However, there is something that now I am realizing, and now I find so very glaring because of the Captain Marvel trailer. And this isn't changing my whole viewpoint on Marvel just because I watched this one trailer. It just brought up some light. And after watching Doctor Strange again, I think my biggest problem with the Marvel movies, honestly, and I'm not gonna say they're all. That they all have this criticism because I know both of you are going to say Thor Ragnarok immediately. But I think my problem with most Marvel movies is the humor. I don't think the humor, it's funny when you first watch it. And then immediately after that, when you try to watch it again, it's not funny anymore. I watched Doctor Strange, the Wi-Fi password joke, not funny. The Beyonce and Adele jokes,
oh my God,
not funny.
That wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny the first time. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
no, I thought that was so dumb.
A lot of the humor in that movie, I was like, ugh. The cape. I love the cape. But now that I've seen it, whenever the cape is doing anything funny, whenever it's making him go towards the axes behind him, I was like, oh, it's going on a little long, though, isn't it? And now, after watching the Captain Marvel trailer, the ending, where Nick Fury's playing with the cat, and he's like, oh, so cute, so cute. And Captain Marvel's like, Fury. And he's like, oh, sorry. I was like, was that played for humor? Or is it just the moment with the cat?
Because it was after the title card. It was
they did do. And then it cuts out the music, and then it shows the last little scene.
Dude.
And I was
that sounds like a thing that they would do for an Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
and then it brought up Ant-Man, where I was like,
yeah.
Is it as funny as I remember?
The
first one. The first one. I don't know. I'm almost afraid to go
I
back.
Thought you were saying that leading up to, so I watched it
No.
last night.
No. I couldn't do that. I'm a little burnt out on the
second
origin Marvel movies
would
right now.
definitely not be as good or as fun as it was the first time. Because I really did like it. I know you have your issues with it.
Yeah.
But I really did like it the first time I watched it. So going
The
back
second
and
one or
watching
the first
that
one?
The second one.
Second one. Yeah.
I mean, the first one was really good. It's Paul Rudd.
Have you seen it a second time?
Yeah, I can't dislike Paul Rudd ever.
I've probably watched it a second time, when it came out on video or anything like that. I probably watched it a second time, but not recently.
Yeah.
But at least their comedy is definitely better than their competitions.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Except, I'm glad you said that because honestly, and I said it to Violet. This thesis only works a little bit because I wanted to say, for the first time, I'm more excited about a DC movie than I am a Marvel movie, but that's not true because I remember when Batman v Superman was coming out, I was more excited for that than I was fucking Star Wars. I remember John asked me, and he was so pissed. Aquaman. Because the early reviews are out for that movie, and everybody is saying that it's fucking incredible. And everybody is saying how good it is, and how it's the DC movie that's gonna Somebody said, I usually don't always take these, but some people were saying it's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight, the best superhero movie since The Dark Knight.
But
and I was
Man of Steel.
But yeah, I like Man of Steel. I like Batman v Superman. I don't think Justice League is the best DC movie, but it's fun as fuck. It's fun as hell.
Yeah. See, but we're also
and it was funny actually.
We're also in the minority of people that want to see darker superhero movies.
Yeah.
And so for us, the reason we didn't like Justice League as much as we would have is
because
they went back
course
on
corrected.
That. And so, as much as I am excited for Aquaman,
dude, it looks so good.
I'm tired of them being the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm tired of them trying to be Marvel.
Yeah,
because the reason I liked the Batman so much, Batman v Superman, parts of it, is that it was dark and brooding, and it was
parts of it. Yeah,
Batman, it was Superman.
Well, so
not in this limelight of justice.
Yeah, it also sucks that the only comparison I have right now is the Captain Marvel trailer, which I didn't like. And then on my Instagram, I even posted a picture of the Aquaman trailer, and I was like, dude, this is the best trailer I've seen this year. The new Aquaman one, it's incredible.
Yeah.
What I have seen from that movie just looks so damn cool, and I'm so excited. And I already was, but now seeing this Marvel one fall, I know Avengers 4 is going to be the best superhero movie ever made. But just the fact that for the first time in a while, I think even normal audiences are like, I don't know, Aquaman just kind of looks better. Which sucks for Marvel, especially since this is their
better than
fucking
Captain
character.
Marvel?
Yeah,
that sucks that these are the two movies that are coming out, or the trailers are hitting at the same time because Aquaman's trailers,
all of them.
Yeah,
the teaser
first
trailer
one is
was
better
good.
than the second freaking Captain Marvel,
which is usually not the case. because they can show more and they can.
One of the weird things about both of them is that like Marvel.
I think we're getting a new trailer for Shazam as well. By the way, soon.
I'm excited for that.
Me too, and I need to see action. I need to see a fucking. I
just saw that freaking floss.
The floss. The guy Alex said he didn't like that.
It made me want to.
I thought it was funny.
I hate it.
I hope,
but I also hate.
What about the joke at the end? I like the joke at the end where he's walking out, he's holding all the food. The girl walks by. Yeah, he's like, "What's up?"
Yeah, that's funny.
It reminds me of like Kick-Ass, like
also
just Kick-Ass. It reminds me of Kick-Ass.
He watched Kick-Ass for the first time too.
But listen, I was waiting for my probation appointment the other day. I was sitting in the hallway waiting, and then there was this like little family waiting in line to like pay their ticket or whatever the hell. And this kid it's just super quiet in there, super like serious, and he does the floss. And I got so mad, like it just made me so.
I always see kids do it at like the tables at Hibachi, like whenever they're leaving.
All the time. I hate it.
Or they do anything.
There's so many. Like if you're gonna do a Fortnite dance, don't do that one.
You're in public, brother.
Just don't do a Fortnite dance.
Yeah, well, yeah. By the way, did you see the kid, the Fortnite competition, like dance competition thing?
Mm-mm.
Oh man,
what happened?
It's just like these little junior high kids, and they have a Fortnite dance competition.
Yikes!
It was the most cringy thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it really just got me like thinking. And I know movie trailers don't. There's shitty movie trailers for good movies,
and there's good movie trailers for shitty movies.
Exactly. But I think I'm trusting in both sides right now. I do think Captain Marvel will be a lesser Marvel movie, and I think DC will be a better DC movie. I'm not saying that it will be better than the other one, because who the hell knows. But I think just from seeing the trailers and stuff, I think Aquaman will be a better DC movie than most
previous.
Than most of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Some about trailers and Captain Marvel, and if it's going to be good.
I think that Marvel has kind of lost their oomph with solo movies.
I think that's what I was going to say.
Because it really has gone downhill. Because I mean, even like the first Thor, I think kind of groups together with like most of the other ones, like Ant-Man, or I mean, even going back and watching the Hulk movies that they had and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Captain America was a really good one. It was a great start to Captain America, and then what they did with the second one was incredible.
Well, I think the
same thing with them going to the third Thor movie.
Yeah.
So I think starting Captain Marvel, they might still be in this weird area of like not understanding how they're supposed to involve this character in the world, but then going into Infinity War or Avengers 4, she might be a lot more fun.
And now most of like the Marvel movies aren't even solo movies anymore. Like Thor Ragnarok, that's not a Thor, like a solo Thor movie. You got Hulk and Valkyrie, and she has a lot of screen time too, and Loki. Hell, he fights with them.
Maybe they just need to start introducing characters like that, because I feel like half the time that they do that, the character does so much better. Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In Civil War.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I mean, they can't even make a Well, again, that sounded like definitely I was attacking Marvel and their like creative team, but it seems like they can't even make a solo story without including somebody. They're like, oh, we'll make a Spider-Man movie. Cool. Fucking throw Iron Man in there too, just so he has somebody to bounce off of, and we can like use that to our advantage. Yeah. And I think probably the Russo brothers are, because they're the best thing that's happened to Marvel with the Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Avengers: Infinity War. Are you fucking kidding me?
The three best. And
they have directed each one, and they're going to direct Avengers 4. I feel like every other movie now just looks kind of like, it was alright.
Pales in comparison.
That was alright. That was an okay one.
Well, I guess that's also like we're talking about going back and watching the older movies.
Yeah.
That was before the Russo brothers really came in
and fucking reined everybody in.
You can go back and watch Civil War. That movie's still incredible.
Yeah, it's still.
You go Winter Soldier. That movie's still incredible. Mm-hmm. You can go back and watch Infinity War. That movie's still incredible.
Iron Man 2, baby.
Mwah.
That's for comedic relief, because Iron Man 2 is not good.
Yeah, you're not kidding about Civil War though, because I know I wasn't around, like I wasn't on the train,
like really watching it.
Yeah, and like I came back and watched it like with you guys.
Yeah,
but it's not. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Marvel movie, but it's
good.
It's up there.
It's damn good, man.
It's so good. But we're talking about like standalone like hero movies or whatever.
Yeah.
So I doubt it, because I'm assuming, because with the whole blockbuster thing, they're going.
It's like set in the 90s. Yeah.
The 90s. I'm pretty sure that this is a no, but there will be like no other like heroes in that jam, will there?
Well, what I'm guessing what they're gonna do, and I don't think it's just gonna be her movie. Clearly, there won't be Iron Man, but like Nick Fury's in it.
I mean, yeah.
She couldn't have her own movie. They were just like, give him Nick Fury.
Do you think that they'll put like one of the Guardians before they were a Guardian of the Galaxy in it? Like maybe she meets the guy that made Rocket Raccoon or something.
Well, she has cool. She's walking with those people in the first trailer. There's like the big guy, the dude with like and then the Asian girl with the side of her head shaved. I think that'll be like her team.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like
Nobody
and then
know.
when it's in space, it'll be like a team, like Guardians of the Galaxy. And then when it's on Earth, it'll be like a buddy cop movie with her and Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Which is,
I don't know.
It's fine, but now that we're getting closer to Avengers 4, and it's not just because I'm more excited for Avengers 4 and I just want to see it now. Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel kind of just feels like a little speed bump, where it's like, well, we gotta give her a movie, but it's like, I don't know. You guys did fine introducing Black Panther into a thing, and then giving him his own,
yeah, but also,
and then giving his own movie. Like, I don't know, because again, I haven't seen the movie. This is 100% speculation.
That's another Civil War bring-in that just killed it,
and it worked
perfectly.
It worked, and like, I know that Captain Marvel is going to be the one to like save the Avengers and save the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe you could have just had her in Avengers 4 and you're like, whoa, who the hell is this? And she like comes to the scene and then you're like, I want to see her movie. Whereas like, I feel like nothing that happens in her movie's gonna matter.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna
the
say,
villain,
because we don't know.
Whatever it is,
that's what I was gonna
the aftermath of it, we've already experienced.
We've already
watched everything that happens.
Unless the crazy fan theories are true that somebody in the Avengers is a Skrull. Because remember, he was talking about the Skrulls. Those are the villains. That's that like little Green Goblin guy you saw. Mm-hmm. They can look like humans, and they can like be anybody they want to be.
Do they copy the powers?
Yeah, that's what the huge thing. That's remember in Super Skrull has the powers of the Fantastic Four. That's where they took that idea when in the second Fantastic Four, Johnny has all the powers of her. That's what that's from. Because he's like the Super Skrull. So, but some people were saying like Nick Fury is a Skrull, or Coulson, because he's not that beloved of a character. He'd be like,
Coulson?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He was a bad guy the whole time.
That would be stupid for Coulson to be it.
Oh, I'm saying Nick Fury.
Oh, Nick Fury. I thought you were saying Coulson.
Because he's around, but no one's like, oh, Nick Fury's back, yay. Do something
like the
cool.
whole thing that they did where he was actually alive, I was just like, figured.
Yeah, cool. You're back. You're like the old wise man who like makes you go, this is still a Marvel movie, right?
And he looks just like his characters from the comic books.
Yikes. But it just got. That's the only thing that I think will lead into that. Because Ronan is in it, and I'm assuming he'll be a villain. We already know how that happens.
Thank you, Lee Pace.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back.
Excited.
I'm glad he's back, and hopefully they give him something to do.
They better. Because I'm sure that they got some really good feedback on him from Guardians of the Galaxy. Because, I mean, his voice is just so silky and smooth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I can't wait to see him again.
Well, what I was thinking about, whenever I was talking about my podcast, is, I mean, now we won't be getting the trailer on Wednesday, so that kind of sucks tomorrow. If it was true anyways, because that wasn't 100%. That's just what people were saying. It was
I don't know. I don't know if those worlds are so attached that it would matter that much, but at the same time, it is still Disney and Marvel, so it would pull a lot away from it.
What are you talking about, Captain Marvel?
You were talking about having the Avengers 4 trailer at the same time or whatever as
tomorrow.
George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I was saying those worlds might not be as intertwined.
Yeah, but think about how many people went to go see that movie and like news headlines. Like what news headlines will be covering?
Yeah.
If you have two giant things like that, it's like, oh, if we don't cover fucking George Bush, everyone's gonna fucking hate us. Like if the Washington Post doesn't. But then if the fucking biggest movie in the history of cinema drops and you don't cover it, you're like, yikes! And you can't be like, oh, George Bush, let's send our condolences. But the fucking Avengers 4 trailer, like, that would suck.
It would make sense for them to push it back, even a day,
for them. Just Thursday.
Yeah,
just Thursday, push it just a day. But I kept thinking about how cool that idea was. You drop Captain Marvel, then Avengers 4, and then Spider-Man. So your whole world is just fucking shook. You're like, wait, Captain Marvel? Oh, she's going to be in Avengers 4, right? And then you see Avengers 4 and you're like, wait a minute, what is happening? And then you see the Spider-Man trailer and you're like, wait a minute, isn't he? What the fuck? And then
I think there's a reason that they're releasing them in that order. So you're saying that Thursday was supposedly Spider-Man's day?
Friday, I think. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Split the week. You get a day each to talk about it. And
I think there's a reason that they're showing the I keep saying Infinity War. The Avengers 4 trailer before
it sounds
Spider-Man.
like Avengers 4, Infinity War.
Yeah.
It like rolls
out. Missed chance. They should have thrown another Avengers in there.
But yeah, and I think because you sandwich those two movies around this one, it just makes you want to go see that one more.
Yeah.
Because you see Captain Marvel and you're like, wait a minute, she's going to be in the Avengers 4 movie. And then you see Spider-Man, you see that. And then you see the Avengers or Spider-Man trailer and you're like, wait a minute, how is he going to be? What? And then you go see that. What are you doing?
That is kind of sad, though. I wish they wouldn't have announced the whole Spider-Man thing before. I mean, I get it. Everybody knows.
Too late.
He just got signed on, so they're not going to kill him off that quickly. And everybody loves Spider-Man, and they got good reviews for him being in Civil War and Homecoming.
Yeah.
Whatever. But there's part of me that's just really sad that they're giving away the fact that,
that you can see that.
if not all of the Avengers that died, half of them,
back.
or like 75%, are going to come back. So it's just kind of like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
To cultivate at least a little bit of like
suspense
worry and suspense and
that's what I'm most excited to see in Avengers 4.
The Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. The Hulk.
But I'm also I know most people probably are, but to see Tom Holland again, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And that's why like Donovan always says like he's like Avengers 4, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. But I'm so ready for the Spider-Man movie. That's what Donovan always says to me.
Yeah, me and the last Spider-Man movie don't have the greatest relationship together, but I've seen the fucking suit, and I think it's probably the coolest looking suit.
And Tom Holland, though.
What?
Do you still like Tom Holland as Spider-Man?
Yeah. He's great. I like him as I just love him as an actor. His charisma is insane. But
I mean, even if you don't like Homecoming, him in Civil War and him in Infinity War is Spider-Man.
But I did hear a lot of people talking about this, and it kind of gets me worried to. And this conversation can lead us into plenty of other stuff, but it just got me thinking. One of the things I don't like about a lot of the new Marvel movies, especially the last scene of that Captain Marvel trailer, which is the coolest. She has like a little Green Lantern moment where she's like, it's the money shot where she has her whole gear on. She has the mohawk and the little headpiece, and it's the red and blue suit, and she's like flying through space, and she's like shooting shit down with her thing, and she does like this little spiral move and shoots a beam up, and you're like, dope! And then it like goes close to her face as she does that. It is very, very, and I know it's hard to do that it's hard to make that scene without it, but it is so heavily CGI, it worries the hell out of me, because it's one of my problems with Spider-Man. There are set photos of Homecoming.
Problems with Black Panther.
Oh my god! Thinking about that fucking subway fight, dude, it just looks like two Play-Doh characters slapping noodles against each other. But one of my problems is I've seen set photos where Tom Holland is wearing the Spider-Man outfit, and I'm like, dude, it looks so dope. And then the movie, whole thing CGI. They just CGI over the whole thing. Same thing with Chadwick Boseman for Black Panther. He has the suit.
Wait, did they already drop
CGI of the whole thing?
They haven't dropped the trailer for Spider-Man?
No.
It might not be as CGI'd as you think.
Dude.
It's going to be CGI'd, but...
That's the one that's supposed to come out Friday.
No, I know.
Like, even the one where he, like, even in the first movie when he, like, takes the suit off, he presses that button, it's just, like, all CGI, and it, like, falls off his body, and even some of the new CGI, even you were talking about, whenever the Avengers are all gone, they all went to dust, and all the characters are standing there. War Machine looks weird, and sometimes
or
the
Mark
Iron
Ruffalo in the Hulkbuster suit,
his looks weird.
It doesn't fit.
And
Warhammer mostly though to me. Just
and you go back to the second Iron Man or the first Iron Man. It looks like they have practical and they just use some CGI, but now it's like where they're like just CGI the whole suit, and then you can see Robert Downey Jr.'s head floating in space around the suit, and it just gets me worried because I've shown you guys the pictures of the Spider-Man suit, the black and red one.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool, and don't get me wrong, it'll look cool in CGI, but sometimes it's so noticeable and it's so rubbery, and like seeing the Captain Marvel thing, Brie Larson's not doing any of her own stunts. Not at all. The moment she puts that little mask on, boom, CGI, she's like flying around. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's why I like Captain America so much, and most of the fight scenes for Iron Man and like the past movies, or Black Panther, or Hawkeye, they are
Yeah.
And then what they're doing is CGI around them. So like Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch is always there. He gets to be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Then they just CGI his hands.
Oh, his cape too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the cape. But I mean, he has a real fucking cape. Yeah. They just put the little dots on it and then after fucking do it. But I don't know.
Do they? Well, any of the scenes that the cape
I
actually
think
does something.
If it's doing something, probably CGI.
They probably just take it off.
Yeah.
But
like whenever he's floating
around,
yeah.
So have any set photos been like released of like Captain Marvel or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, those were released a while back too.
That being said, though, her suit isn't that. Her suit isn't that hard to like
recreate.
It's just like a kind of skin tight.
I feel
There's
like
some armor on it.
It's one of the cooler, more simplistic suits that you could recreate in film.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Spider-Man too, because Spider-Man's such an easy suit to put together.
Yeah, like why do you have to? I know if he's doing flips and shit, CGI, do it. But like there are points in Homecoming where he's literally standing still, just speaking, just standing there. Whole thing is CGI. And then it makes it. You know why it makes it worse? Because. The reason it makes it worse is because the Homecoming Spider-Man suit is on his skin.
Uh-huh.
It's skin fucking tight. So whenever he moves, you're like, there's just something off about it. There's something weird. But then when he wears his homemade suit and it's CGI, the cloth moves and it has like the things that, so it seems real even though it's CGI. You're still like, it's still tangible. I can see cloth hanging and like I can suspend disbelief. And even with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I fucking hate that movie, but my God, does the suit look cool? And it's like loose. Like whenever he's spinning or something, you can see it like bunch. That's CGI, but it looks real because it has real characteristics. What you're saying.
I feel like that's another part that made Black Panther's fight scene in the subway or whatever so bad is because both of them are skin tight and there's nothing hanging off or like moving around on their outfits, that it's just one blob of CGI.
There's no like texture to follow or like lock onto to be like, oh, that's made out of cloth and like this, that's made out of metal, those little armor plates.
And they tried to do like the lines and everything on the suit, but it's just neon blob.
Dude, I watched a video making fun of that fight scene the other day. It made me so happy because it is so bad. Whenever he like takes down that rhino thing and he like hops onto it or whatever.
Oh, amazing! I thought you were talking about Black Panther.
I am.
Yeah.
The rhino. But remember the rhinos at the end of Black Panther.
That's funny.
That is funny. But no, yeah. Whenever he like takes the rhino down, I was like, oh, dude, this looks so bad. Yeah. It's one of the newer ones. But then Infinity War comes out in the movie. Thanos looks incredible.
He really does. Looks real.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like in real life.
Yeah, you could have told who plays him. Why am I blanking on his name? Josh Brolin.
Brolin.
No, it's Cable.
He could just be a giant fucking. See, Deadpool's somebody that he gets to wear the suit.
Cable on Marvel Strike Force.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
so now we got Deadpool and Cable. And Cable has a move that if you have Deadpool on your team, he automatically assists it. So
wow, dude. Fucking cool. Well, yeah, that's kind of the talk I wanted to have about the Captain Marvel trailer. Sorry for anybody who is tired of hearing me talk about Marvel movies, but especially this week, I'm going to talk about it fucking a lot. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
What do your listeners never get to hear you talk about?
Politics.
Oh no, politics. God no.
So George Senior's dying.
I'd love it if we made it. Just listen to that.
So it's no, something came up recently that I did want to talk about on the podcast, and I knew I couldn't because I was like, dude, I'm not talking about that. And it was it was partly the Battlefield thing. Remember a long time ago when we were talking about how they were so the women in the Battlefield or whatever, and everyone was saying #NotMyBattlefield. Well, they just did a press release. They did a press release yesterday. Battlefield did. And they have a new hashtag that the DICE is promoting, and it's called Everyone's Battlefield. And like on it, like it was like a giant banner, a real fucking banner. They had it like some investor meeting, like a gala or something like that. And on the giant banner was like in quotes that people said, and it was like we don't want women in video games. And then like another quote was like. White male, white male, white male. And I was like, what the fuck? God, so Battlefield is seriously sticking to the whole, like, we're starting a movement or something. Like, dude, you're a fucking. There's part of it, but you make fucking video games. You could care less about the movement or like social justice. You want people's fucking money, and you thought, well, how can we widen the scope?
Out of all of the video game companies,
you're not some like company that two brothers made in like Ohio that live in a basement that are like, we really care about social change and like stuff like that. Like, hey, good on you guys. Hey, I appreciate that, but fucking DICE, who just had a scandal and are being sued for loot boxes in a fucking game, they want your money. They thought, what is the best way we can widen the spectrum and get more money? Include women in the game. Like, include everybody. Hashtag everyone's Battlefield and do that. But that just made me laugh because I think I saw something else about the pushing the agenda or whatever. Oh, this is it. And I wanted to ask you guys about it. This is the only time, only because Alex said it, we're ever going to talk about politics on the podcast.
Okay.
But there was a fucking post from, and I would consider myself on the liberal side of things. I would say I am farther away from conservative than the other side. So I'm like right there in the sweet spot. But I saw sometimes the way too liberal. I'm fucking tiptoeing hard, dude. Sometimes the way too liberal stuff pisses me off because I'm like, dude, you guys are just trying to get somebody to fucking argue with you, and then vice versa. On the other end, the conservative side, they just like throw shit, and you're like, why are you fucking angry about everything? But the Washington Post, I think it was the Washington Post. I could be wrong, but it was some high end thing. They made a column about how we need to change the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because it promotes. This is a real thing. Oh, no. Because it promotes bullying, and that like Rudolph is used in the end just to lead the sleigh. Like, he gets bullied and then is used as like a slave or something like that. And I was like, it's a fucking cartoon. And they're talking about like the old movie, like the stop motion animation, whatever. It's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, but
it's for kids, dude. And it's he wins. Rudolph wins. The other reindeer feel bad. They don't get to lead the sleigh. That's the point. He wins in the end.
He's a reindeer. His job is to.
Santa picks him.
It's also animals. It's not like.
Oh no! Not
on my podcast.
You know what's so funny? Me and Sean from jeez,
they're just
like cardinals sit. They're just animals. Peter, no.
I didn't say they were just animals. I said
you don't give a shit about animals.
Yeah, either way, yeah.
So me and Sean from Osaka, you know who I'm talking about, and you've never met him, but he was talking about one of his biggest pet peeves is when people compare themselves to animals. Whenever, and this isn't. It's when girls post on their social media like, do you know that the women do the hunting in the animal kingdom and the men stay at home and do this? Like women are powerful. And I'm like, they're fucking lions. What do you have anything to do with lions or anything like that? They always pick like a female penguin, like, the penguin goes out and the female penguin goes out and gets the food and the man stays home and does all this.
They split the work. One goes and gets the food. And
either way, I've seen Happy Feet only once, Alex. Okay, but
penguin march.
It just makes me upset when people compare themselves to animals. But you're also right.
They're animals.
It's about reindeer. What?
No, I'm not saying
those aren't
even
animals.
You shouldn't
fictional
treat.
Animals.
I'm not saying you shouldn't treat animals
well.
But this isn't Santa Claus coming out and bullying Rudolph. It's the other reindeers.
Yeah.
Which go watch Animal Planet and tell me animals don't fight.
But it's kind of my
they don't have.
If we don't kill the animals, the other animals will.
No, I'm just like they don't have the same concept or structure, and so even comparing them in as stupid as a situation as this is so ridiculous.
This is why we don't talk about politics.
But this isn't even politics.
It's not.
It's just stupidity.
But another
Every
thing.
argument today is politics.
However, it really I think everybody's making the decisions they're making to please. It's just a phase. We're gonna pass over it. Everybody's gonna go. Oh, but there's a lot of people.
It's will get the most traction.
Really, and what will be a headline Aquaman cast transgender lead, right? Then everyone's like, wow, very progressive, DC. Wow. And you're like, but why did you do that? does it serve the fucking story, or are you only doing it so you can go, hey, we hired a fucking transgender person to be in our movie, or right? You heard about that, right?
Like,
what characters does she play?
Yeah,
some fucking
like saying the word marijuana is racist.
It's like if you need to do it, like if you hire like a transgender, right? Mm-hmm. Just because like they're a good actor, you're like, oh, I think this is great for the part, and you don't like throw it out there for everybody to read.
Yeah, like I think a perfect example would be like Dumbledore. Good for you, Dumbledore in Harry Potter, like whenever J.K. Rowling came out and said like, "Oh, he's gay,"
and then
you're like
back on it.
You're like, "What?" It was never in the books. That. Or the snake, the snake who was in what's the name? Sorry,
Nikita.
No,
it's
it's not
something
it.
Like that.
It's not it, but it's damn close. Look it up.
It's something.
Now she's like some Asian girl with like pink hair, and you're like, it was just a snake the whole time. What are you? Why are you doing this?
It's funny because Andrew was talking to me about that, and he thought it was dope getting to see it as a person.
Nagini. As a Nagini. See, you were close. What did you say?
Nikita. It's a show.
La Femme Nikita. Shit. What were we just talking about? I wanted to go somewhere with that.
Talking about how they're just throwing stuff into things.
We were talking about transgender and oh my god, my train of thought is gone. It was such a good. There it is. So I was watching Funhouse earlier, and we're gonna talk about like you also have to think about when Rudolph was made. I'm only playing devil's advocate here. I believe wholeheartedly that nothing should change about reindeer. But if you wanted to say maybe there is a little too much bullying in it. Maybe Rudolph is kind of used just because he fucking wants to be the front. So yeah, let him lead the thing or whatever. Either way, that's devil's advocate. You have to think about when it was made. Like, what was going on in the times when you made that? Just like, so I was watching Funhouse.
Imagine if he was a woman reindeer.
This is where this point even came up and the why I want to bring it up. I was watching Funhouse and they were talking about The Lion King.
Yeah.
They were talking about Dumbo and they were talking about stuff like that. Then they were talking about animated movies that you want to see made in the new computer generated. And people are saying like Aristocats and like stuff like that.
Anyways,
and like Lady and the Tramp or something like that. And then James was like, "Yeah, but what is Disney going to do about all their like racist characters?" And then everyone was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, in Dumbo, you remember the crows?" And then they pulled up a clip, and it's a bunch of like very racist like crows that are like smoking cigars, and then. Which animated movie? Is it Aristocats that has, like, the Asian cat?
We are Siamese.
He plays the fucking piano with chopsticks, and it's a cat with two front buck teeth, and his eyes are squinted. And then James is talking about it, he goes, "Oh, yeah, but let's fire James Gunn." "Oh, yeah, but let's fire James Gunn because he made some bad jokes." Are you fucking kidding me? Have you seen the characters that you made it? But you have to think about when those were made. Yeah. When they were made, and if it was okay, like... James Gunn, I don't know why we're talking about James Gunn after fucking this long, but it works in the same thing. Disney just fired him because they were worried. They just fired him because they're like, our hands are tied, dude.
I watched Incredibles 2 again recently. What?
I think I might know.
I really love that movie.
Yeah.
First,
I know exactly.
But second off, I think it's really interesting how they managed to keep this whole like husband over wife feel to the characters between them, and then correct that course through him taking her role, but he still has like the same mindset in it. Yeah. There's a lot of like, what is that whole sexism like stuff in there? Yeah, but nobody said. I didn't hear anybody talk about it.
It's so tough too because I think that movie does hit a little too hard of it to where again I'm not saying this. This is why
that's another thing is think about the times. Like, you can't make a movie based off of The Incredibles like before. Yeah. They didn't change his character as well. They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And they moved him into the modern era, quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote.
By the events that happened in this movie.
Yeah.
I really think that they did an incredible job of doing that because I really appreciate how much he hates that his wife is getting to do it and he doesn't. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, but come on." He's like, "You know what I mean." When he's talking to the dude when they're like hiring her in the first place and they say she would be a better choice. Yeah. He was like, "Oh, but you know, like she's great and all, but you know what I mean."
Yeah.
And I was like, I just think that's so funny.
Yeah. The other side of that though is like she is the lead in that movie. She's a female.
Oh yeah.
The villain of that movie is a female. Her like friend in the new like superhero meeting has like green hair and it's short, and she like is in love with Elastigirl, and she's like the main person of the little friend group or whatever, and it's like, okay, I see what you're doing, but you're right, it handles it better than most
movies do. I thought that was funny because we were talking about old like movies being racist and stuff like that, because there is a lot of that stuff in the first Incredibles. Yikes! Like, it is a man's world, for lack of a better phrase.
Frozone gets all the love, and then so does Mr. Incredible.
But in this one,
the supervillain's a male, and everybody gets their limelight or whatever. Which is also why I think the Captain Marvel thing is so important to Marvel right now. It's so important because DC, they already have their female-led superhero. It's the first one.
It's the best one.
It's the first one. So now Marvel's like, okay, get ours out. Do it. And that's why I think that trailer also hasn't come, because they would be like, hey guys, this is our movie.
I don't know.
It's all politics.
I don't think it's going to be as good as Wonder Woman.
I don't think so either. But I think most of those decisions any movie makes now, because it kind of sucks. And video games, it's all politics. It's all what can make us the most money if we appeal to the biggest audience possible. Whereas I think you should do that to some extent, but don't eliminate your fan base. Like, does Battlefield think that anybody else but teenage boys play their fucking video game?
Yeah.
Like, do they think, like, oh, you know which market we're really missing of people who play our game? Transgender people who don't like the pacifists and liberals. That's who wants to play our World War II male-centric video game. No. Teenage boys who eat Doritos and drink fucking Mountain Dew want to play your game. Market to them. I'm not saying you have to say women are bad, play our game. Women suck, play our game. But why do you have to be the other end so heavily?
Hate the opposing side. I hate how mad people are getting about it.
Me too.
It's so dumb. Like, shut the fuck up and just play the game.
That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about too. Is I heard this one guy say, like, his title of his video was Battlefield 5 is actually good with a question mark, and I was like, oh yeah, what a surprise! The game is good, even though there's a fucking girl in it. Like, I was like, that's what you guys are like. Actually, I played Battlefield. Wasn't that bad?
No.
Yeah, no shit.
It makes some of the
what
best
made you think it was gonna
shooters
fucking
out
be
there.
bad? And it's just because that. Well, also negative comments towards anything are always louder than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Always louder than anything else. Which is why most of the comments I saw on the Captain Marvel trailer were negative, and because that's what I was looking for. I am looking for the negative comments. If I get up, because I'm on Battlefield's side, I don't agree about the gambling thing, and I hate that they're pushing this wholehearted agenda that doesn't fit with their video game and the people playing it. Especially the quote that he had where he said, the head of DICE said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Might be the worst. That's like a boss saying, if you don't like it, leave. Nothing is more disrespectful than that. Nothing on the planet. Because it's like, do you not care?
My parents just got their house inspected before they bought it.
Yeah.
And there's an issue with the pipes that they didn't disclose on any of the information. And they called them about it. And my mom said that their actual words were, sue us.
Yeah. Nothing is worse than that.
What kind of customer service
exactly.
is that?
And it's just like, you're making this game for us. Don't you want fucking money? And then now, because of that, I think a bunch of stuff happened. We live in a media age where now everybody jumps on a certain bandwagon immediately. Battlefield 5's physical sales are down 63% from Battlefield 1. And you don't do that shit. Did they think it would slide? Did they think it'd be like, if you don't like it, don't fucking buy it? All these guys are gonna buy our game. No. It's like number 15 on Twitch right now for people watching it. The game came out 2 days ago. On Black Friday, it was $30.
Yeah, because Fortnite is...
Came out a week, and the same thing with Fallout 76. $30. And I was like, dude, people just don't, like, I don't get, like, what game companies are doing right now. People in general, and I'm still talking about the political aspect of it, but, like, you think about a game like Red Dead or something like that. Like, why did nobody freak out that you could be a woman cowboy? Why did nobody freak out? It's because it doesn't fucking matter. But if you shove it down their throat where you're like, oh, women in this game, yeah, we're bringing them back. You can have pink hair and shit like that. You're like, pink hair in the Wild West? Also, why are there so many girls in the Wild West? That wasn't a thing. But, like, if you just say, hey, you can also be a girl. Like, if you want to be a girl cowboy, that's fine. But the Wild West is still there. Then it works. You don't give a shit. EA, what's the game they're coming out with that's like Destiny? Everyone's so fucking excited for Anthem. You get in like the little suits or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Never heard of that.
Main character is a female. Nobody said shit about it. Nobody said a word. Everybody still wants to buy that game. Everyone thinks it's going to be better than Destiny. Why is that?
I guess.
Why is that?
I agree with you on the Red Dead thing, because there's a couple times like playing through that game. Obviously, they still have like most girls are just like, oh, cook and do the dishes, or whatever. But there's a couple different parts where they're like, women do more and everything like that, which nobody's cares.
There's the one girl in your camp who's like a badass.
With the Anthem thing, it is futuristic, so nobody's like saying, oh, you have to stay true to your source material. Whereas with World War II, I get the perspective they're coming from, but it's so dumb.
Well, it's also the way it's marketed.
This sort of political agenda into promoting a video game about World War II.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It really is. And it's because of the way they marketed it. In that first trailer, it's a girl sniper on the front lines of Battlefield with a prosthetic arm.
Well, they did the same thing with Battlefield 1. Black guy was on the cover.
Yeah.
I mean, it made sense because they made it made sense the same way they're trying to make it make sense for the girl to being into it. And
the way that they're making it, with Battlefield 1, they weren't like, African Americans are in our game, everybody buy it. Like, oh, everyone's Battlefield, even African American. Or they didn't hashtag Africans Battlefield. They didn't do that. Yeah. It's because they were like, guys, it's a game. It's out there. We did it. Like, just play our fucking game. Here's an awesome gameplay trailer where people are throwing grenades and blowing up planes.
What should have happened is that's not what we were trying to do. This is the source material we have to put women in the game because it did make sense from this perspective. But
us.
We're sorry, not trying to do that.
Instead, you get if you don't like it, don't buy it. Which even though I love Battlefield and even though I'm playing it and I love it to death, it's maybe my favorite Battlefield I've ever played. Still a part of me when I saw that Battlefield thing with the hashtag everyone's Battlefield and like the feminazis stuff like that, I was like, oh, it irks me a little bit. Why are you getting political? You're a video game. Just make video games.
Yeah, you
make video games.
you love the Battlefield series, so you would have bought that regardless. I'm probably gonna buy it. I have ignored pretty much everything that's come out about it politically. Yeah, but anybody either on the fence or maybe doesn't play as much Battlefield, seeing that didn't buy it.
Yeah, won't. Because you're just like, I'm not fucking doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A jerk. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's super weird, but I think it's affecting a lot of stuff more so than just video games and even just movies. Like everything right now is like everybody wants to feel empowered, so everybody's doing that. Well, every single person who's any denomination of anything, any gender of anything, any race of anything, everybody's like, no, us.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you get so angry when that happens, and then the other side gets angry when it doesn't happen. It's like, dude, what is happening? I think it's a phase. I think it's just a...
It just goes back on what you were saying about negative comments ringing out louder than all the others.
Yeah.
In the case of like video games and stuff like that, or movies, when you make a negative comment, you sound smarter. It's like, oh, these people put all these man hours and time into it, but they got this wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just makes you sound like, oh, you know better than they do.
Exactly.
Where the case is, you're just saying something negative about this piece of art or whatever it is that someone's putting out.
Yeah.
When
it's like working their ass off on it.
Exactly.
Like doing everything they can and making it to where the audience will like it and choosing what's in it and why those things are in it for the right reason for you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, they should have put this person in there instead. It's like, what purpose would that have served? If it would have helped, hey, all for it. All for it.
I don't condone the way that EA is acting about it, but at the same time, half the people that are complaining about it haven't done half the amount of work that anybody working on that game.
Here's where I want to get a hot take on this for a second. Now that we're talking about it, and I feel comfortable talking it because I am tiptoeing, but it's my fucking thoughts, so I'm just gonna do it. But talking about that and like having people cast, it's the same thing. I don't think I hit this in a podcast because I was too scared, but it's when I was talking about. It's like my second podcast I ever did. Uh-huh. I was talking about how everyone was so upset at The Last Jedi for like all the women in that movie, like Rose saving Finn's life, and then the female rebel captain, she had like pink short hair and she saved everybody and did the thing.
Yeah.
Godspeed, Laura Dern. And then Leia leads the rebellion and raised the most powerful Captain Phasma. And it's like, all right, pump the brakes. That's not me saying that. That's like the audience.
Yeah.
And then Disney did the same thing. They were all like, oh, only white males watch our movies and like they just hate powerful women and shit like that. It's like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I brought up Aliens with Sigourney Weaver and Tomb Raider and the most famous television show of all time, Game of Thrones. Your main character is a girl. Like, nobody gives a shit. And Terminator with fucking Sarah Connor. And those movies came out in the 80s. Yeah. Before when things weren't as like socially, like politically correct or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But now we don't like strong women. And I made a point to say those audiences and fan bases are probably the same. If you like Star Wars, you probably like Terminator. If you like Terminator, you probably like the original Aliens movies. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm picking two separate fan bases and like, well, people like these and people like that. Like, yeah, but they're not the same. They're the fucking same. And it's just reactionary, and Disney did that too. Mm. And what I was going to talk about is kind of the same thing. Whenever people were like, "Oh, Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore," and then like the top pick or the person people were bringing up was
Superman anymore.
There's a rumor that that's the case. He's not playing Superman anymore.
That's so dumb.
I know, dude. I know.
He's the perfect Superman.
I know.
I have never seen a better
But
Superman.
the like top pick or what was going on Instagram was that everybody wanted Michael B. Jordan to play Superman. Okay. You guys can't see Alex's face, but it's the same face that I made. And listen. I shouldn't have to preference this because I shouldn't fucking have to. But I need to. Here's my fucking hypothesis and thesis on the whole thing. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's black. It has everything to do with that Superman is not... Kal-El is not an African-American man. And everybody's argument is, one, it's a comic book, Damien. Get over it. Well, they're not arguing specifically to me. I'm just saying that's what people are saying. And also, he's an alien. Who knows if he would be white? Here's the thing. And it's such a... like a fucking struggle for me. But like... Just make a new character. Make a new character. I don't care if he's fucking Superboy and he's somebody else. His name is different. I don't give a shit. But if you try to tell me...
of other very important DC characters that they could bring into the fold. One of them I think you know that I'm thinking about.
Here's the
they should be doing that with. That I would be even more stoked because... Anybody reading those comic books back when they came out, when it was fashion forward to like put an African American in a comic book or something like that, you still get that same feel.
We just did it with Black Panther.
Empowered by
they just did it
exactly.
It blew the fucking world by storm. Everyone was like, "Whoa, what?" like that's been around. It's a thing.
Awesome. Do that.
That's my biggest problem. Is like these audience members who want that, who are like pushing for that. I'm like. You think they're gonna make that character good? You think they're gonna write him correctly? No. What they're doing, because DC, I'm gonna criticize them and Marvel right now. They don't know how to write those characters. They don't know how to give you a good written African American character, and that's on them. And it's like, you're right. There's so many fucking African American superhero characters. Make a movie about them. Do that. You're belittling not only those characters, but a new character that you could write that could be powerful. It's like, just make Superman black. And make it the same exact story, but make him black. Nothing will change for the black culture, but he'll be black. And people fucking eat that. They're like, yes, a black Superman. It's like, do you realize what they're doing? They're fucking you. They're throwing every cultural like moment that you want and the like history that you want changed. They're throwing it in the trash. They go, make him black. People won't give a shit. Put in Lois Lane, fine. His like troubles as a kid, make it the same. Make him live on a farm, doesn't matter. Then it's just Superman. You're just giving us the same fucking character. Give me Static Shock, give me Black Lightning, give me Beast Boy in a fucking movie.
Yeah. I think it's the dumbest thing. I mean, you saw me get upset.
Spawn! Make a fucking Spawn movie, please.
When Fantastic Four, the other one, came out. And I love Michael B. Jordan. He's an incredible actor. I can't wait to see Creed 2.
He was sick in Black Panther.
He really was.
Yeah,
he was
great.
probably one of the cooler characters. Yeah. But
that's the white people in us.
no, he's good.
No. Oh, but he's great in this.
It had nothing to do with him, is why I said that.
Yeah.
Not because
you know why?
Because
each character that he played was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, except I think you're going a different way with the Human Torch, but
I didn't like that. I mean, he did fine in the movie, and I had no issue with him. It's
my issue is he's playing Johnny Storm.
Exactly. Johnny Storm is not African American, and he has a completely different backstory that does not support what they were trying to do with it.
That's the thing. It's like, you make his backstory different, but you keep him the same character.
It doesn't make sense.
Change his name. Change all of their names. Just make him another Fantastic Four. I don't give a shit. I mean, maybe I would care at first, but once I see the movie, but if you're telling me that it's Sue Storm, Reed Richards, and fucking Johnny Storm, I'm going to be like, I have them already pictured in my head.
No.
And I know there's so many arguments out there that are like, it's the one I brought up first, where it's like, it's a comic book, get over it. With some of those characters, maybe. With the Human Torch, fine. I loved him as a kid, but he's not that influential of a character. Fucking,
I mean,
that's
he's
fine.
not an influential character, but to say that Superman is more influential, it's more prevalent for them to keep him
more so than
accurate to the comic books. Yeah. I don't think that should be a valid argument.
More so than that, he's a fucking icon. Same thing with Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Like, you have Miles Morales. Like, there's so many people that are like, they were like, make Peter Parker like an Asian guy, or like make him a black guy. It's like, you guys have Miles Morales. You have other Spider-Man.
You also
make
have
that.
the perfect thing set in place to make whatever Spider-Man you want. They can come out with a new Marvel movie that's like some Cambodian dude playing Spider-Man and make him a different universe version of Spider-Man.
But the moment you name him Peter Parker, that's when people will get upset. Because it's like, dude, you're changing something that I love, and I know, again, there's a lot of people that are like, get over it. It's just your it's your childhood. Get over it. Yeah, but can't you make someone else's childhood? Can't you give someone else a character to love?
Here's a great question. What if they made Black Panther a white guy?
So those were all the memes I saw. It's like, next summer, Damien Chazelle is directing a Martin Luther King Jr. movie with Ryan Gosling playing MLK. And it's like, do you see the problem? And again, I think the counter argument would be like, yeah, but like, you lose the gravity of what that character did, right? Like, for what Black Panther did back in the day when he was first created, and what Martin Luther King did as a black man, you ruin that. But fucking Superman is an icon. You don't ruin the icon by changing his color. But Superman is that. He embodies that. Why can't you just
leave history be history?
Yeah.
And make something new.
Make something new. Like, can't new children have a superhero to look up to that you create? Can we not do that anymore?
Why can't we have a superhero come out now that my kids start reading comic books?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the fucking deal? Why can't you do that? And it's the same thing when everyone is upset that, like, who knows if it affected the show, but, like, whenever Iron Fist got cast and he was a white guy, and everyone was so upset because it was, like, a martial arts show, and I'm like, yeah, but the character's white. That's the point.
Because
that he's white, and he's, like, a culture shock, and
then comes back.
And it's just people want to get upset to get upset. It's like, you think when I saw Elektra in there as, like, what is she? I don't know what she is. What her nationality is, but she's gorgeous. She's great in the show. When I saw her, not for a second was I like, oh, how dare they? It's not Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. It's not a white woman.
Which they're coming out with a Jennifer Gardner Elektra movie.
Peppermint. What's it called?
Peppermint.
Oh, that is what it's called. Man, that's her. I think you can write that at Redbox.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's probably fun.
Yeah, it is probably fun.
Probably
yeah, but
as,
you wouldn't make Harry Potter a different race.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just so funny because I think we're like, I don't know if we're in the heat of that because I think we're slowly, it's falling. We're at the resolution now of that.
Really
but like
so.
A little bit ago, the casting thing was everything. People getting pissed about casting, or just like the Witcher show. Whenever somebody, like, they wanted Ciri to be African American or something like that, and everyone was like,
"What?
Why?" The Witcher TV show with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
They wanted Ciri.
It's a TV show.
It's Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a movie.
I believe it's a show. I hope it's a show. I don't know how the fuck you put a Witcher in a 1.5 hour movie and make it good. You could, but I hope it's a show. Give me 4 seasons of The Witcher.
It would make more sense to do a show.
But like the top pick was like an African American girl as Ciri, and there were complaints on both sides. Obviously, racist people. That's also what I think we all need to preference.
Like there are culture.
That's where I was gonna go, but like. Don't get us wrong. There are racist people that do have an argument against that. And there are some bad people out there that make shitty arguments that ruin it for the rest of the people. But that's what everyone's argument was. They're like fucking Nordic.
Yeah.
It's like making a Viking movie and having the cast be Oriental. Mm-hmm. Like, what? What? Why? doesn't work. It's why people are upset with Battlefield. Because it doesn't fit the fucking thing. If you're making a movie that isn't historically accurate, maybe that's fine. But it's all about marketing. It's all about how you put that movie out. It's about how you show these characters. And, like, I couldn't be more excited for the new Spider-Man movie. The Miles Morales one. Because it's a movie.
That's what I want to say. In the heat of all that negativity, I am so stoked.
I know. I've only heard
Spider-Man
good things.
Into the Spider-Verse.
I've only heard good things.
I watched the newest trailer, like, 5 times back to back, because it has Spider-Gwen in it. Yeah. My goodness, I'm so excited. And she looks so dope.
Spider-Man Noir, they're all in it.
When they introduce her character, and then she's like, I'm Gwen Stacy,
from a different
I'm
universe.
Spider-Gwen from a different universe, and it cuts to her playing the drums. Yeah. So dope.
Yeah, I'm so damn excited for that movie. And that's just another character that they have, and, like, I don't know why it's taken them this fucking long to do it. People have been clamoring for it.
Dude, this movie's gonna do incredible, and then they're gonna make like 17 more. I'm gonna watch every single one.
That's the thing. I hope maybe Sony gets to make all these animated. I never thought I'd say I hope Sony gets to make more movies because their Spider-Man movies suck. But I hope that this little art style that they have, that comic booky thing, I hope they get to make other superhero movies and keep that. Imagine like a fucking Wolverine.
Like that.
Yeah, they should make Venom. Or like fucking Wolverine, like the comic booky. That'd be dope, dude. I hope. Like they keep that animation style. Like in the new Disney movies,
that would be Fox
they're keeping that CGI. Well, not anymore.
Did Sony buy X-Men?
Well, no, but I guess they do only own the rights to Spider-Man. But, well, no, Disney bought the rights from Fox. That merger goes through in January.
Yeah.
So the next fucking Avengers movie, there's not even like any theorizing to happen. They're going to pepper in, not this Avengers movie, but the next. Whatever happens next, they're going to pepper in some X-Men. They are going to bring you the stuff. And like the Russo brothers did an interview recently where they were talking about they're taking a break from superhero movies, which I fucking would too, because my God, I can't imagine. And they shot Avengers back to back, both of them.
Oh yeah.
With that many I cannot imagine. But they were saying they were going to take a break unless, like, the only reason they'll come back is if Marvel lets them do Secret Wars, which is with the X-Men. It's when the X-Men fucking come in and, like, everybody's fighting everybody. And I was like, dude, that'd be so cool. Yeah. But yeah, that's everything Marvel news, movie trailer news, and politics that revolve around movies. I hope we didn't get too far. I'm okay with talking about politics if it's involving main topics that I'm talking about. I'm not going to talk about a fucking peace treaty that somebody signed or something like that on my podcast.
We're talking about Donald Trump getting indicted.
Yeah. But yeah.
I moved on like a bitch.
Shit. What else? Is there anything else?
I'm so excited for that Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
Alex, did you know that JonTron is back after 11 months?
Oh yeah, I made a new video.
He did a Flex Tape Part
Sequel.
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Flex
Wait, Part 3.
Part 2.
Oh, he only has one Flex Tape?
Yeah, it's fucking 11 months ago.
It has how many million views?
34.
34 million
34 million views, yeah, on that video.
It's definitely most viewed. So he did like a 20-something minute long video today or yesterday, I think.
You know what?
His intros are just the best.
Yeah, they really are. You would really like the intro on this because it's like 2 minutes long. But I was talking to.
He's talking about
the actual like that. And then just like quick thing, and then it has a logo. But that's what's funny because he started that meme, like that Flex Tape meme. He ushered that into everybody. Everyone's like, "What is this?" Like, I just saw this boat in half, and like now he's a meme lord or whatever. Like fucking Phil Swift guy. He like makes Instagram videos. But me and Violet went to go pay internet. I think yesterday, and we just paid it, and then we got in the car, and I was like, "You realize what we use internet for, right?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like me and you. I was like, we only use internet to look at memes. And I was like, don't get me wrong, I use it to play video games, but like texting and calling, that's with my phone bill. But like, I just use internet to look at memes and to watch YouTube, which are memes. I watch PewDiePie, Danny Gonzalez, Cody Ko, JonTron, H3H3. They're all memes. Yes, they're creators, but they're making memes.
Yeah.
They are introducing memes. That's what it all is. And I was like, that's all I use the internet for. Is that fucking funny or what? Unless occasionally I'm like, hey Alexa, what is fucking a hypochondriac? And then she gives me the definition. I'm like, oh, cool. That's it. Other than that, I'm on Instagram and I'm...
Europhiliac? Is that... What is it? No. It's not philiac. It's...
What?
From the video with James Franco.
Oh, I think that was
Europhilia.
Yeah.
You.
Shit. Google it. Yeah.
What about
Auroraphobia. It's something. No, it's a philiac because you like it.
Yeah.
Philiac is when. Yeah.
I'm a philiac.
Little Pig Boy. If you guys haven't seen that.
What is the place of origin? Little
Pig Boy comes from the dirt. If you guys haven't seen the SNL skit with James Franco and the spelling bee, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's so good. I just now realized what you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? What?
Give us the exact definition.
You might be right.
Are you saying, or is it neutral?
He likes to be peed on, right? That's
Urophiliac,
the thing. Yeah. Just Google Europhiliac and see what pops up.
You don't think I know
I
what
didn't.
Oh, it didn't. What? Oh, how'd you spell that?
Yeah, I don't. I couldn't start to you.
Start to figure out how to do that.
You're in this.
Yeah, it's
together.
Europhilia.
Europhiliac.
I've searched it and
Europhiliac.
it changed it to like
Neutriophiliism. I
where
wish
you're pretty-
everything was neutral. I love when things are neutral.
That's where you're right
Golden
there in the
shower.
sweet spot,
the
dude.
golden shower.
Gross.
That's what it says right there, brother. I'm gonna leave that on my browser just in case anybody
Good.
needs to use it.
This is a while back, and this is just a weird story that I'd like to end this on.
Okay.
But I was at like Smoking in Style, and some no longer friend of mine, way back when, I think I was like 15. I had a question and I wanted to look it up, and I asked him for his phone. He was like, "Yeah, sure." He gave me his phone. I was like, "Oh, I don't know the password." So he put in the password, and then I click on it. I click on the browser. Porn, just like full on, like 3 pages of porn was just on the browser, and I was in the middle of Smoking in Style, and I was like, never mind, I don't need to look it up.
Did he know you saw it?
Yeah, he felt real weird.
Dude, you
about
gotta
it.
close. You gotta close that.
It's
up.
just it was so awkward.
You gotta close that.
See,
up,
like,
dude.
That's funny
Like
because
we can talk about it like when we're just hanging out or whatever, but like walking in on someone or seeing that is
it
very
makes it
awkward.
real.
No, when
it makes it real, and you don't.
I feel like I would have just been like, sick, dude.
and
and then I would have just searched anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
I was 15.
No, I'm talking about when I was 15.
Yeah.
I
Different people.
was not. Yeah, different people.
For sure.
That's funny, dude. I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Different strokes.
Different strokes for different folks, dude.
Different strokes.
No, I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever stumbled on someone's something like that though.
I don't think I have.
There was one time where. So there was one time when it was when we were living. Well, no. Shit. When was it?
Heard that.
I don't know. Oh, I was gonna tell the story about how this isn't porn, but I guess it's you walking in on somebody or seeing somebody naked when you didn't want to, along the same lines, right?
Yeah.
So I guess a example where so whenever I was skateboarding.
Oh, the one and only time I've ever seen your.
And it's funny because
genitals.
I don't know how this story came up. It didn't come up in our most embarrassing stories, but I guess it's because I wasn't that embarrassed. I just felt comfortable.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was between peers, but I was skateboarding and I was wearing these like American Eagle joggers, so they were like made out of cotton. They weren't stretchy or anything like that.
Is the cotton wet?
So I was doing like ollies or whatever, and for those of you who don't know, whenever you skateboard doing any trick, you tap one side and then your other leg flings up and you do the splits kind of midair.
Yeah.
And your legs stretch out. We were doing that for a good like 2 hours. And like my pants were having enough of it at this point. And I'm skateboarding. I popped like a kickflip or something, didn't land, and then I just hear like a tear, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, oh shit.
He spreads his legs facing CJ and I.
Alex, I don't know why, but it was just one of those moments. You guys ever have one of those moments where everything around you disappears and you think you're alone in your house? Like, sometimes I'll be like at work and I'll just be talking to myself, and then I'm like, shit, Damon, you're just talking to yourself. Like, did anybody fucking see that? That's weird. So I pop the ollie, I land on my feet, I lean down to see the tear, because I know where it is. Yeah. I know where it's at. And then Alex and Kyle are both staring at me.
CJ.
Or, CJ.
Yeah, I was dead.
You guys are both staring at me. And then I lean down and I see the hole. And it's just a hole. It's just a black hole. But I lean down and I do like the fucking thing where you're opening like a Ziploc bag, and I open it, and then my nuts just fall out of the hole with my unit, and Alex and CD both go whoa, and then we couldn't stop laughing for a good minute, and then I like waddled into the house like a penguin. But yeah, it's the only time I've revealed myself, and I think it's the only time anybody's ever not. Well, I guess that's not even a walked in on me story, but I just thought it was funny. I can't believe I haven't told that story because I love that one.
That was so funny.
It really was, dude. I miss that house. I miss playing basketball in the morning and going to the lake and swimming and eating.
You should get married there.
Eating popcorn. Yeah, that'd be dope, dude.
Like on the.
We should all just save up money and buy the house.
I wish.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
But we'd have to find everything that was in it before and replace it.
Yeah, I know, because who the hell knows what it looks like on the inside?
Oh, it probably didn't even look. No way.
Yeah.
They remodeled that thing,
The whole thing, dude. Repainted it. Got
Is
his
this
deck on the
Candy's
back.
house?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
You were there once, right? You've been there once.
Yeah. What a sweet house.
I need to call Miss Candy.
Yeah, that show rocks, dude. Yeah, I need to tell her I'm getting engaged.
You say that show rocks?
Yeah, I don't know. So we were living in a television show the whole time, dude. It was like a sitcom. Yeah, I need to tell her that I'm engaged. I wonder if there's anybody who doesn't know that I need to tell. I wondered that.
At this point,
who cares? If
they haven't seen or know,
you're just not with the times, man. Yeah. You're not on social
media.
They're
either not paying enough attention to you, or it's been.
There was some girl that I've never met in my entire life. Yeah, there was somebody I've never met in my entire life at my hibachi table, and she was like, "I heard you got engaged to your girlfriend." And I was like, "I'm sorry, who?" And she was like, "Oh, Owen told me." And I was like, "What?"
Oh, was it like a girl that went to high school?
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" Okay. And that's crazy how word gets around. Because what does Owen have to tell? Like, she's going to see me? He's like, oh, well, if you're going to Osaka, tell my brother,
He
know.
probably posted it on, like, his Instagram or something. And
he doesn't care
everybody,
that much.
like, oh, my goodness, your brother's getting married.
Oh, my
Will
God.
you marry me?
Yeah, I
like.
like.
I miss Owen. Owen, if you're listening.
Yeah, me too. Whenever I went up there, it was cool seeing him. He's like as tall as me now, and he has a deep voice. It's super weird. Yeah, super weird.
I'm gonna call him on the phone just so I can hear it.
I don't like it. It's weird. But yeah, dude, he's got everything he fucking wants up there. He's got like a Samsung smartwatch. He has the Alexa, the reason I wanted it. He has the PlayStation VR. Yeah, he's got it all, dude. He's living his best life.
Killing it.
He really is. Kyle, do you have anything else? That's pretty much it. I mean, the topic I wanted to just talk about was the Captain Marvel trailer, which we should watch after this so you can see what the hell we were talking about.
Yes.
And we even got a little political. But like I was telling Kyle, if I'm going to get political on the podcast, or at least say my point of view on things, I want it to be about the subject that I want to talk about. Like I told Kyle, I'm not going to bring up politics about like a peace treaty that was signed or some shit.
Like actual
peace. Politics and movies
never happen a day.
Yeah. But any
North and South Korea
politics or any
peace treaty
news stories that
North America or North North America, North Korea did.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
They didn't. It was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is way shorter than the one we made last time, but I think it's probably right around where I wanted it to be if I have 3 people on the podcast, because if you have 30 minutes, there's so much shit that in our train of thought that we didn't. Plus, I'm glad we got to make that.
If we only talked about the
Captain Marvel thing, that would have
been... We were done with that at 30 minutes.
Yeah, that would have been it. But we have an extra good little 40 minutes for you guys to just listen, just our train of thoughts or whatever. But
about to say we have a good 40 minutes for us
yes.
to just vamp. I was like, I'm making a sandwich, bro.
No. But thank you guys so much for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel OMC Productions, and also the sister channel, just Demi Luneman. Not a clever title there. I couldn't really change it. I figured out how to get these videos posted on there, so they're all up there. This one will be up there too. And I'm assuming you're already listening to this on Spotify, so I don't have to tell you to listen to it there. But listen to it on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to music. We all 3 will be there. Thank you guys so much for listening. And my 2 guests are, so I can give you guys a proper send-off, Kyle Rash.
Thanks, guys.
And...
I was just going to say
you stop. Yeah, they got that. And my good friend, Alex Carney.
Yes, that's me. Signing off. Night, guys.
Yeah, we're not
a lot of time.
not that professional. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, guys, thank you so much. Bye.